Hi everyone. So I just finished reading Chain Gang All Stars by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. I just felt like I had to talk about it with somebody, and that somebody is you. So let's get into it. Okay, so this was a huge book last year, and I put it on my TBR, and I just got to it now. Damn, gulp. Ow, that's my reaction. This is not going to be so much of a review because this book is amazing. I don't really need to review it. It deserves the prizes and the hype. I'm just going to be kind of giving you some of my takeaways.
Hello, you might remember me from the last video.
Yeah, thank you. So, yes, this book is The American Prison System Meets the Hunger Games. Prisons in this book are now privately owned, and they're not too different from the ones we know now, except that they have these like high tech cuffs and high tech systems. And prisoners lose speaking privileges for long periods of the day, maybe permanently. I was a little confused on all of the rules. I kind of liked that this book didn't spend a huge amount of time world building. This was really about characters. So like some of the rules were unclear, but it like kind of doesn't matter. So prisoners have a choice. They can either toil daily and be vulnerable to frequent punishments with this thing called the influencer, which sounds like the taser from hell, or else prisoners have the option to join the CAPE program, which stands for Criminal Action Penal Entertainment. In the CAPE program, you join a chain gang, which is like your team, and you literally fight in gladiator matches to the death against other chains all over the country. In between fights, there are constant cameras and mics on the links, what they call them. And they've sort of turned it into a reality show called Link Life that's always being broadcast. And as you can imagine, America is hooked. Football and basketball, who? Everybody's watching Link Life and these fights. The main characters in this book are on a chain led by Loretta Thurwar, who is like the best gladiator, I guess you would call it. She's as like widely respected as like LeBron or the Williams sisters. So if you participate in this CAPE program, you can actually get freed after a certain amount of time. Loretta Thurwar is kind of close to that time. She's a little skeptical because she has never seen anyone be freed except for this one guy who like they all think was a plant, I think. So as part of her legacy, she's trying to unite her chain and make them feel more like a family. She's also nurturing her blossoming relationship with her second, who is Hamara Hurricane Stacks. So the chains are never meant to fight each other, but the rules are about to change. You can kind of see where this is going. So here are my takeaways. First, this book feels terrifyingly possible. It's set in what feels like the very not distant future. I've seen this book called dystopian, but I'm not sure if it counts as dystopian because it doesn't seem like the system talked about in this novel actually makes the rest of the world like more ideal or utopian. It just kind of feels like America as we know it outside of the walls of the prison. Secondly, this book is not subtle. This book beats you over the head with its messaging like you were being hit with a giant hammer like Haas Omaha, Loretta's weapon of choice. But I feel like it had to do that, and because of it, I cannot stop thinking about this book. I don't have to tell you that this book is tough. I mean, it has momentum, and so it's very easy to read, but it's hard to read. Third, the writing is incredible. I'm actually drawing chains on my eyes to honor not only the chain gangs in this book, but also because the chain like progression of point of view in this book that the author uses is exquisite. When the chains are moving together, you get these beautiful, seamless point of view transitions between them that just have this effect of making the reader feel like part of the team. I mean, it brings you very close to the characters. You don't learn a lot about them or their pasts, you learn little bits of their crimes and things like that, but you feel like you know them because of this, and I just was very blown away by that technique. Fourth, the ending felt like a visceral attack. I was driving and listening to the audiobook and I didn't know that it was ending. I hadn't been paying attention to how much time was left. And when the last sentence hit and it was followed by, "This has been Chain Gang All Stars," I literally had like a visceral reaction, like, ah! And tears like burst out of my eyes. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad ending. It's like the ending that feels, I guess, kind of expected for that book, but I just hadn't been expecting it and it was gutting. So, if you prefer more pleasant reading experiences with less bleak outlooks and happy endings, this book is not going to be for you, and I totally understand, and there would be no judgment about that. I don't think I could read this book a second time. However, this book is an easy 5 stars for me, and I have a feeling it'll be reappearing on my best books of 2024 list. I'm very happy I read it. If you read it, please let me know what you think of it. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, and that's the book. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please, again, let me know if you read it, and I will see you next time. Bye.